Okay, I'm just gonna say it right now. This comic is fucking insane. No, seriously. You already knew that we were gonna get insanity when you had a dude who's basically a Wolverine. Yeah, you already knew that you were in for some shit. So, welcome to Comic Universe, I'm DPZ, and I'm going to be doing a review from another comic, my good friend Mount Vernon Kid. Chris, I know you're watching this, thank you so much for this another contribution to the channel. And yeah, I'm going to be reviewing the first volume of Weapon H. Now, if you don't know what Weapon H is, Weapon H kind of was a spin-off out of a storyline that involved Totally Awesome Hulk and Weapon X, where basically Weapon X and Amadeus Cho Hulk discovered that Weapon X was designing a mutant hunting weapon called Weapon H, which turned out to be a creature or a soldier who was given Hulk's DNA and spliced with Wolverine's as well, and implanted with nanite adamantium. So, yeah. So after that comic, after that storyline ended, the main character, Clay, went on the run, very much like early Hulk, and is now on the run to protect his family from what other dark forces may try to, defend, take over him. So, that was the comic on a whole. That's the comic story on a whole. But there's more to it than that. Right out the gate, like I said, this comic is just fucking insane. Because Greg Pak I feel like Greg Pak just wanted to write something fun. And he even says, there's even in the back of the comic, an afterthought with Greg Pak, and he even says, I just wanted this comic to be fun. And yeah, this is Greg Pak giving no fucks. This is Greg Pak no fucks. Right here. He's basically writing a fun storyline, and there's just shit happening. Like, there's just shit happening all over the place, and it's fun. Like, it's not like... it's not like sensory overload. It's more like a fun summer action movie because it's a character who's part Hulk, part Wolverine. What else would you expect? So that's the main story is that Clay is still on the run, and unfortunately the Roxxon Corporation, Roxxon Oil, has taken interest in him, and they want to hire him for a job. Clay's not really into that, so now they want to capture him and force him into it. Meanwhile, his wife Sonia is on the hunt for him because she's convinced he's not dead, which obviously he is not. Along the way, he battles Wendigos, Man-Thing, the Brood, and some Eldritch horror nightmares. Yeah. So what I like about this is that this comic is, like I said, this comic is so self-aware of what it is, and it's not trying to be deep. It's not trying to be like, deep and thoughtful. There are some, deep moments in here, but they're few and far, and they don't, it's not the main focus of this comic. The main focus is watching a dude who's part Hulk, part Wolverine fight a Wendigo that ate the flesh of another Wendigo, and now it's getting bigger. Yeah. That's the whole point of the comic, is that you're just here to watch, shit happen. And keep in mind, this was still in a time period where both Bruce and Logan were dead. So this was like back to basics, both Hulk and Wolverine. The character of Clay is a neat character. He is also dealing with a lot of his own demons, both physical and metaphorical. And his wife Sonia is just amazing. I love the relationship between Sonia and Clay, because Sonia is very much like, when she finds that her husband is, Weapon H, she's basically like, okay, that's, I kind of figured shit like this would happen because we're in the Marvel Universe. And that's what I like about this comic with Greg Pak, is that Greg Pak fully acknowledges that this is a superhero universe, and takes advantage of it, because Roxxon in here has Brood guarding it. The Brood, which are actually like agents for Roxxon in this comic. We also have Man-Thing, who's now been taken over by Roxxon and has been spliced with Groot's DNA. Yeah, so now we have Man-Groot. Man-Thing still doesn't talk, if that's a question you had. But yeah, we also get cameos by Doctor Strange and Captain America. But the big thing, and here's one of the few things I have a problem with this comic, is that Doctor Strange and Captain America show up, but they do little to anything. I understand that the next few comics in the next volume is not out, but I really want to read the next volume of Weapon H, because like I said, this comic is just so much fun. But yeah, Captain America and Doctor Strange, they show up for a couple pages. They, and they don't really do anything, really. It's like that scene in Sailor Moon where Tuxedo Mask goes, "My work here is done, but you didn't do anything," and they leave anyway. That's kind of, I know Captain America apparently does more in later comics, but yeah, in the later comics of this line, but yeah, Doctor Strange does jack all. All he does is really give the means for Weapon H to kill the Wendigo. The only real character that does anything in here that's notable, that is really Man-Thing. And yeah, the fights in here, if you wanted a Wolverine to take on a vast amount of characters, yeah, you got your wish. Because this comic is just action, 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 through and through. Greg Pak knows how to write action scenes. And again, Roxxon, it's cool to see Roxxon as a villain again, as a villain corporation again. You hardly ever see them anymore, in any situation. And also, their CEO is a Minotaur demon. Why is he a Minotaur demon? I don't fucking know, and I don't care. It's comics. Yeah, that's basically what this comic amounts to. It's just a comic being a comic book. It's not trying to be deep and meaningful. It's not trying to be, like, send out a message. It's not trying to be, like, the next Watchmen. If you're reading a comic of a guy who turns into a Hulk-Wolverine hybrid, you know what you're getting into. There are some loving moments between Sonya and Clay, and I enjoy that. And there's some sweet moments here and there, but mainly this comic is meant to be fun. And even Greg Pak says, yeah, in the afterthought, yeah, this comic was just meant to be fun. So if you want to have some fun times with comics, I'd say go check out Weapon H. I would say you should also check out the storyline he came from, that involved Totally Awesome Hulk and Weapon X. Just read that storyline. But I think, honestly, you get enough backstory at the first part of this volume where they tell you the whole thing, where it'd be like, oh, okay, I don't need to read Weapon X and Totally Awesome Hulk. I can just read this now. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much my review for Weapon H. I absolutely love this, and I really want to read the next volume when it comes out. So, Chris, once again, thank you so much for this contribution. And if you're new here on the channel, please give us a like, share, and subscribe. And Hulk, smash that subscribe button and be a part of Earth's Mighty Subscribers. I'm DPZ. I really hope you all enjoyed this review, and we will see you right here once more here in the YOUniverse.